Do you think $50,000 isn't enough to live in New York City? Yeah, I get it. NYC's expensive. But let me tell you, 50K doesn't have to mean struggle. You don't need to eat ramen every night or say no to fun just to survive here. I'm going to walk you through how I'd make that salary work comfortably in one of the most expensive cities in the world. I've packed this video with tips, tricks, and even a few real-life examples from friends who are actually doing it. Stick around, because toward the end, I'll show you how this budget isn't just about surviving. It's about building your future in the city. And hey, if you've got your own NYC money hacks, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Let's help each other out. Part 1. Know your real take-home pay. Let's start with what you actually take home. Because 50K sounds fine until you see your paycheck after taxes. If you're living and working in NYC between federal, state, and city taxes, and Social Security, Medicare, maybe even some benefits or a 401k deduction, your take-home pay drops to around $3,200 to $3,300 per month. Let me introduce you to Lisa. She works as a marketing assistant for a media company in Manhattan. Her salary is $50K a year. After everything's deducted, she brings home about $3,250 a month. So that's our starting point. You have to base every single budget decision on that number, not the $50K on your offer letter. Quick check-in. When was the last time you looked at your actual take-home pay? Not just what you think you make. Seriously, grab your last pay stub and check. It might surprise you. Part 2. The budget rule that works, with a twist. There's this old-school rule called 50-30-20. It goes like this. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings and debt. Now in NYC, you're gonna have to bend it a bit. Rent and basic living costs might push your needs closer to 55 to 60%. And that's okay, as long as you make space for the other stuff. Back to Lisa. After she pays her rent, utilities, transit, and groceries, she's spending about 56% of her take-home on needs. It's a little high, but she balances it by trimming her wants. She cut back on daily coffees and only eats out once a week. And guess what? That lets her still save around 15 to 20% a month. So even in NYC, the rule holds up. You just have to remix it. Let me ask you something. What's that one want you just can't give up? Be honest, mine's a monthly trip to my favorite ramen spot. Part 3. Housing will make or break you. Let's talk rent. Because in New York, rent is king. And if you don't keep it in check, it'll swallow your budget whole. So the trick? Location and roommates. Let's meet Jake. He lives in Astoria with 2 roommates. His share of the rent is $1,000 and he pays another $70 for us, internet and utilities. He could have tried to get a studio in Manhattan, but that would have cost him at least $2,000 a month, just for rent. By choosing a group setup in Queens, Jake saves over $1,000 a month. That's $12 grand a year he's not throwing away. And here's something most people don't know. If you start hunting for apartments 2 to 3 months before your move date, you'll catch the best deals. Sometimes, you can even score a COVID deal sublet from someone desperate to get out of a lease. Part 4. Food. NYC-style meal mastery. Food in New York is dangerous, in the best way. It's everywhere, and it's amazing. But it can crush your wallet if you're not careful. Let's go back to Lisa. She budgets $260 a month for groceries. How? She shops in Chinatown and Harlem, where produce and staples are way cheaper than your average grocery store. On Sundays, she meal preps lunches and dinners for the week, and she makes it fun by blasting music or watching a show while she cooks. She still treats herself. Every Friday, she goes out to dinner with friends. But she plans for it. One meal, $40 max. No guilt, no overspending. Also, quick tip, try the Too Good To Go app. Local restaurants and bakeries sell leftover food at a huge discount near closing time. Total lifesaver. And hey, if you've got a favorite NYC cheap eat, drop it in the comments. Let's build the ultimate budget-friendly food guide together. Part 5. Automate like a pro. Here's a trick most people overlook. Automation. When you automate your money, you're protecting yourself from, well, yourself. Lisa set up her paycheck to split automatically. $350 goes straight into a high-yield savings account every payday. She never sees it, never thinks about it, and yet her emergency fund is halfway to her $5,000 goal. She also has auto-pay set up for rent, internet, and her phone bill. No missed payments, no late fees. That's peace of mind right there. Set it and forget it. You'd be surprised how much stress disappears when your money handles itself. And Part 6. NYC on the cheap, but fun. You don't need a big bank account to have fun here. Every week, there's something free happening. Concerts, museum nights, festivals, comedy shows in the park. You just have to look. Jake and his friends started a little tradition. Sundays in Central Park. One week, they're having a picnic. The next, it's Frisbee and free Shakespeare shows. Simple, free, and honestly, better than overpriced drinks at some midtown bar. Lila, another friend, hits museums on pay-what-you-wish days. And she uses her library card not just for books, but for movies, ebooks, and even a quiet place to work when her apartment feels cramped. Living well doesn't always mean spending more. Sometimes it just means planning better. Part 7. Hustle smart. Boost your budget. Let's talk about income. A lot of people living on $50K in NYC make it work by adding a little extra each month. Nothing crazy, just a few $100 to ease the pressure. Carlos is a barista in Brooklyn. He started flipping sneakers on weekends, just a hobby at first. Now he makes an extra $300 to $500 a month, sometimes more. That covers his Metro card, groceries, and a chunk of his savings. And he doesn't stop there. Once a month, he picks up Airbnb cleaning gigs. Easy work, fast money. Side hustles like food delivery, tutoring, digital freelancing, they're everywhere. You don't need a new career, just a few flexible hours and a plan. Got a side hustle already? Share it below. Someone watching this might need that idea today. Part 8. The bigger picture beyond the 50K. Here's the truth. 50K can work for now, but you don't want to stay there forever. So what's next? Lisa wants to grow in her career. She's taking free online courses to learn analytics and design. Once a week, she attends local meetups and networking events. She's not job hopping, she's leveling up. Jake? He's applying for management roles and learning Excel like a beast. His goal is to hit 65K by next year. The most important thing is having a plan. You don't have to double your salary overnight. But if you start thinking ahead, investing in yourself, building skills, setting mini goals, you'll look back 1 year from now and realize how far you've come. So let me ask you, what's one financial or career goal you want to hit in the next 2 years? Type it in the comments. I want to see your vision. Final thoughts. Here's the truth. This city rewards people who plan, who track their spending, who hustle smart, who dream big but budget real. 50K isn't a limitation, it's your starting line. So which tip are you going to try first? Housing? Food? Side hustle? Let me know. And if you found value in this, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone trying to make it in the city. Let's all level up together. You've got this.